Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Freedom March at ILTV Studios. No need to adjust your television set. I'm not Rodney Munker. This is Lieber Miller, however, sitting in for Rodney Munker. And I'm joined today, as I imagine I will be every day, by, I don't know, I got to find a fancy title for him, by the spiritual advisor. I've got to find some sort of title. I like titles. But by the spiritual advisor who is going to be here trying to keep me on the straight and the narrow for as long as I'm here, because sometimes I lose my way and I have no clue where the straight or where the narrow is. And so, the spiritual advisor claims to be a praying man. We'll see how that works out for him.
Always, yes.
We'll see how that works out for him over the next couple of days. Spiritual advisor, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much, man.
That's good.
Good to be here.
So I want to get right out of the gate early and say this. It has come to my attention that more suicide is happening again. And so, spiritual, I feel led to start this show. And I'm going to ask you to pray because you are a little more spiritual than I, right?
I don't know if you want to look at it like that, but
well, see, I told you yesterday I'm a Paul kind of Christian, right? So I'm still a little for the stomach's sake kind of Christian. I'm still the kind of Christian who believe in not turning the other cheek. What's the other one? Eye for eye. A tooth for a tooth.
That's the old law.
If you kill my dog, I will kill your cat.
No, be careful.
And if you kill my cat, you will have no rats. That's the kind of gospel I believe in.
No, we can't go to that.
And so that's why I let you pray, because if I have to pray, I might tell God, and God, I mean them people through that corner who I didn't tell you, I wish all the mango trees in there, yeah, die, because they don't weigh nothing. They ma don't weigh nothing, and as far as I could say, they ma wasn't weigh nothing. See, that's why I can't pray. So we're gonna let you pray. And see if you could, offer a special word of prayer about the spirit of suicide. Because I know the intelligentsia among us will say that there's nothing spiritual about it. I think they're idiots, right?
It is spiritual.
And so,
it's a battle.
Please, open us up in a word of prayer with some special emphasis against the spirit of suicide.
Absolutely. When we get back from the break.
All right. And so, when we return from the break, we're going to talk about some things. There's a lot of fancy things happening in the country today. I hear they're going to spend
big things.
I hear they're going to spend $106 million.
Oof.
See, I don't like to get into all the numbers.
Roadworks.
I pour. So from you say 100 million in the same sentence,
man, that's
I'm
pretty
very
money.
Nervous.
Oh yeah.
So they're going to do that in West End.
Tons of money.
But the government say, hey, you could get 5% extra off on grits. Eh? We'll talk about it on the next side of the break. Don't go anywhere. It's Lieber Miller on Freedom March right here at ILTV Studios. We'll be back. Hello and welcome back to Freedom March. Leland Miller, the spiritual advisor, is here with me. Again, I want the spiritual advisor because the spiritual advisor, being a man of the spirit, recognized something that I'm aware of, but I hadn't even taken any consideration of. And he says that there is a spirit of suicide going around that is pervasive in this time. And then I woke up this morning and saw that there was more of that spiritual advisor.
Yeah,
and so I said, maybe there's something we can do about it, right? They say, anything you ask of me in my name, of the Father, anything you ask my Father in my name, I will give it to you. That's what the scriptures say. And so, spiritual advisor, we're going to ask you to open us up in prayer, and please pray for the people who have the spirit of suicide.
Yeah, who contemplate. Let's pray quickly. Father, when we pause at this time, give you thanks for this day that you've blessed us with, Father. We pray that you continue to be with us as a people, continue to be with our country, the leadership of our country, Father. We pray at this time for our people who are distressed, those who are worried, and those who have fallen into depression. There are times, Father, when anxiety, depression, and issues in our lives can be overwhelming, Father. And there are times when we don't turn to the right source to deal with our issues. Father, for all those who at this time, under the sound of my voice, maybe listen to this prayer and are in depression and don't know where to turn, I ask them that they turn to you, who is the author and the finisher of everything that we see and have. Father, continue to be with them through their depression. May they seek you at all times. May they understand that you have the answer to all the problems that they may be facing at this time. Not only that they may reach out to others, the neighbor, the minister of the gospel, Father, all those who have the qualifications to tell them exactly what they need to do to overcome their problems, Father. Father, be with them, be with our government, be with the opposition, be with us as people. Guide our thoughts and guide our speech on this show. It is in Jesus Christ's name that we pray this prayer. Amen.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Are you Lutheran?
No, I'm a Christian.
Christian. Okay.
Listen, I'm not Baptist, I'm not Catholic, I'm not Anglican, I'm not Methodist, I'm not Episcopalian, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, I'm not a Mormon, I'm not a Christian Scientist, I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist, I'm not any of those names.
Wow.
I'm just a Christian.
That's amazing.
1 Peter 4:16. Acts 11:26. The disciples were first called Christians.
Christians.
In Antioch, yeah.
Wow,
this is what I am.
I just asked. The prayer was so gentle. I'm from the Church of God, right? And from where I'm from.
And the Church of God is a scriptural organization.
Where I'm from, it would have been a little more brimstone. Come out of these people.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
spirit of suicide. Go back to where you come from. That's kind of the way we do it where I'm from. Yeah. But we'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
God is in control.
Because I believe that there is power in prayer. All right?
Absolutely. Make no mistake about that.
There is absolutely power in prayer. And so there's a lot of exciting things happening around the country today.
Yeah, we have a lot.
I also see another person that I consider intelligent. Do you meet people often and think to yourself, this person is brilliant?
Very.
Yeah? You think that about people?
There are a lot of folks.
I don't think that about many people at all, actually.
There are a lot of folks in this country who are very brilliant.
I run into idiots every day. But on the off chance that I run into brilliant people, my mind automatically says, this guy is brilliant. And so among those people is a guy by the name of Dr. Robin Roberts, right? Who I see is talking again in the newspaper today about prostate cancer and prostate health, etc., etc.
Awareness.
And I also know that a couple of weeks ago, the Minister of Health said that end-stage kidney disease was a major factor in the Bahamas, right? Which leads me to a peeve of mine. Why, spiritual advisor, you might be able to tell me, are there so many restrictions to the use of public restrooms? How are we permitting these people to build all of these outdoor malls? Everybody got outdoor mall now. As a matter of fact, they build an outdoor mall, in my view, on properties that shouldn't have nothing bigger than a triplex on it. Right? The one they building down through the corner by
outdoor
Blanco.
Mall. Where is this now?
I given you where they are. The one. You know where Blanco Beach is? You know when
Blanco
you take
Beach.
that little light heading towards Fox Hill Park where they shoot the gun plenty?
So we going south? Or we
That's
going
north.
We going north?
No, yeah, we're going towards Fox Hill Park, the one that they just shoot up a lot.
We go north.
That's north.
Yeah, we go north. Sorry, yeah.
Right. So right there in the one little nook,
on the right hand
there's
side,
an outdoor mall being built. Right. If you go east along what is that? The Prison Road and Bahamian. That's the name of the road.
Yamakura.
When you go along that road, there's another little outdoor mall they building there.
Where?
Then when you go down Coral Harbor towards Coral Harbor on Carmichael Road, that's a big old
Yeah,
outdoor
when you
mall
make
they
a
building.
right, there's a shopping
Correct.
long plaza
Correct.
on the left hand
And
side.
then you got the Southwest Plaza, them is a big old outside mall. And my question is, how you all let these people build all these malls?
Without
And
proper
they ain't put in
facilities.
2 extra foot, 3 maybe extra foot, a 4-inch pipe to take an outdoor toilet somewhere to a septic. How's that even possible?
You know why?
Because nobody gives a flying Jehoshaphat.
Not only
That's
that,
why.
who's going to maintain them? You see the problem with public bathrooms?
No, spiritual
They
advisor.
call for heavy
spiritual
maintenance, my brother,
advisor,
because everybody ain't like you who
Spiritual
know how
advisor.
to use the restroom properly.
Spiritual advisor. Firstly,
You agree?
I don't disagree. Firstly, what I will say is that you could have control access to those bathrooms. Secondly, I'd like to say that 85% of the people involved in public restrooms are people that are what you call at the livable wage.
Okay. All right.
So we ain't talking about no magnanimous amounts of money. We're talking about people that making $267 a week.
But the people who are responsible for building these,
I'm saying it should be a part of the agreement. There should be no way you could build spiritual advisor shopping plaza.
so
with
the
15
Ministry of Works
stores.
would have to control that
The
then.
Minister of Health. That needs to be something that you, whenever you say, I want to build an outdoor mall, I want to have 12 stores, right? The Minister of Health, you know how they make you get all these other silly pieces of paper? The last piece of paper you should have should be from the Ministry of Health that says that you are in compliance with the use of a public. How many outdoor spaces in America did you go to and can't use the restroom? That's why this whole place smell like a sty.
Yeah, you're always able to use the restroom
Every
now.
single, as a matter of fact, I've been places in America where they walk me behind the cash register to go use the restroom.
They always have public restrooms available, yeah. They do.
It's no wonder y'all kidney failing. Y'all campus. That's what's wrong.
Is it
problem
that, or is it that we live some very, very unhealthy lifestyles? We don't drink enough water.
Have you lived among the Americans?
Like what they say, they drinking too much bad rum.
Have you lived among the Americans? I've had an opportunity to train with Americans, right? Americans scare me. Spiritual. Do you know the caffeinated energy drinks?
Yeah.
There was a point in my life I was addicted to them, right?
Like what, Monster?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna call the name, but since you called it.
Oh, sorry. I gave them free advice.
I wasn't gonna call the name.
Forgive me, please. I'm
So-
sorry. Forgive me.
So not Monster, right? But over here in the Bahamas,
The one that gives you wings.
I would find 16 ounces of it, right? And there are people that would crucify me for drinking 16 ounces of this thing a day.
It's not healthy though.
Can I
It is
tell
terrible.
you that when you go on the army bases, when you go on the football fields, when you go on the baseball stadiums, spiritual advisor, they got the can which you could cover back up. It's 64 ounces of this stuff.
Yes.
You trying to tell me that somehow the Americans living healthier than us? If end-stage kidney disease is killing us, they should have all been dead over there. If it's because of that.
I don't know if they're healthier. It's just that per capita we're just terrible.
So here's what I think is happening.
Our health
I
and
think-
lifestyle.
I think, firstly, we need to expand access to public restrooms, right? Because there's no way to justify someone as prominent as yourself, spiritual advisor, being unable to use a restroom while you out with your family shopping, while you out buying your Easter basket or whatever you're doing, and you can't use the restroom. Think about that. And I'll tell you this, because I'm 40 years old now, right? Somehow pee little horror at 40 than when I was 25.
So I'm thinking about some of the stores that are in these shopping malls.
None. None. You can't ask none of
but-
these people use their restroom.
Well, they have some restaurants that you can actually walk in and use the restroom without being,
And some of them use
without being
extortion.
escorted off.
Some of them use extortion, right? Because some of them say, are you purchasing anything? No, miss, I just don't want pee in the parking lot because everyone have a camera, right? And they're gonna say, oh my God, look at him peeing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Now, the whole community upset with me, right? As if they've never seen a penis before, because I just didn't want pee in my pants.
But Ricky, there's some relief though, because in most of these shopping malls, there's an island lock, and you can actually go into island lock and use the restrooms, and they're clean, and they're nice, and they smell good.
Wow, I didn't know that. I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, because the two of the
The
plaza,
island lock, if
two of
I
the-
want pee,
two of the
you all
plaza.
better don't stop me from coming to the bar. Blame spiritual advisor.
But I used to get a free pass because once they walk through the door,
See,
they
and
know
that's
where I
my
am.
point. That's my point. Everybody ain't a spiritual advisor.
I used to get a free pass.
This is my exact point. So the point I'm making is we've got to figure that out, right? Because I believe that if it ain't poor access to public restrooms, then it must be that the gene pool is contaminated in Bahamas because all us is singing my cousin.
Yeah, and it is unhealthy. The longer you hold your urine, and especially with females, you can end up with infections and so on and so forth. So
And I talking about me with
something-
females, Virgil. I talking about me.
Yeah.
Let me tell
But
you.
don't forget, we have an excuse though, because there's always a tree available. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Virgil, that is.
I mean, I know it is what it is, and
Yeah.
that's the reality of it. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you have a good point about these restrooms not being available.
I mean, and nowhere. If you
Yes.
go to the old plazas that the old rich people own, they ain't got none. If you go to the new plazas that the new rich people own, they ain't got none. How is it possible that you let a man build a building? I don't know what it costs, $2 million. I tell you, I born poor. When you say the word million, I just get nervous, right? And the average restroom costs about $10,000 to construct.
Not that much.
I something nice. I mean, it's something nice, right?
Maybe 3,000, thereabout, if that much.
For multiple toilets.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we talking about $10,000 Virgil for floor to ceiling tile.
okay.
Yeah, something decent. You trying to tell me you had $1.8 million, but you ain't had $10,000 more to add about
Well,
them?
so then with these shopping malls that are popping all over the
It
place,
should be mandatory.
so then that's something the Ministry of Works would have to do.
I want the Minister of Health to get on it.
Because they would be the ones to do the first recommendations and approvals.
Yeah.
It has to go through the Ministry of Works.
And half of these stores ain't making no bunch of money anyhow. I don't know why I can't go in the back and be. If the girls in the store need to be, I need to be. And that's what I want to say. So hopefully my good friend Dr. Robin Roberts could, I don't know, talk to whoever else and see if we could get a move afoot on that. Right?
Absolutely.
So VAT,
Indeed.
it's down to 5%. Could you tell the difference today?
I heard some customers talking about it. And this is, of course, 5% on unprocessed food.
We have the list.
And certain
We have the
items.
list. We have the
We have a
list.
list of items that the 5% VAT
This
today
list so small.
would-
Let me give you the, because I ain't sure who all eating all these
I don't know if
things,
the
but
list
let's
small,
see.
you know. There's quite a bit of items on there.
Not when I mean small, I mean the thing that I saw in circulation today. So let's see if we can get to the list. You have the list for us, producer?
Yeah, I think it does. And let's see what we could have purchased today and saw some reduction in our cost.
In the price.
Yeah.
Well,
A slight difference. No.
so let's go to the list. I
have it?
have it. I do have the list. As soon as I can get to it. But
Hold it there, producer. Let me see what's happening. Let me get my glasses. Okay, the government decided today is April the 1st, right?
April 1st. April
But
Fool's
it's
Day.
also April Fool's Day.
Correct.
So I don't know why the government decided to do
So
this on
fruit and
April 1st.
vegetables, you got fresh tomatoes, all onions, cabbages, cauliflower, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all lettuce, carrots, beets, radishes, cucumber, all peas, okra, corn, pumpkin, spinach, all peppers, mushrooms, squash, banana, grapefruit, lemon, lime, oranges, pineapples, peaches, plums,
Okay.
nectarines,
Okay.
tangerines. I don't even know what a mandarin is. Mandarins, all grapes, watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydew, blueberry, raspberry, blackberry, mulberry, apple, pear, apricot, sweet potato, bacon potato, all onions, cherries, strawberries, sweet potatoes. What does this say? Why sweet potato on the list twice?
Where do you see the sweet potato?
Sweet potato is on the list after apricots and then on the list again after strawberries. Guava,
Okay.
cranberries, artichokes, all ground nuts, all other seeds, all vegetable grains,
Right.
garlic, leeks, cassava, coconuts, banana. Can we stop on the coconuts part?
Ripe and green bananas, plantains.
I want to stop on coconuts, right? Because I don't even know why we have to import a coconut. That don't even make sense to me.
Yeah, that's another story.
I don't even know why we have to import a coconut, right? So this one isn't gonna swallow well, right? But with the amount of coconut trees in the Bahamas, Pookie them have started their own little industry. We keep trying to regulate Pookie them, and I don't even understand why. Because if you ask my opinion, right, wouldn't it be easier to create a nationalized product out of the coconut, and then that way Bahamians who have houses or properties that they no longer gain income from could start planting coconut trees in their yard, which would take about 6 years to grow outside of the ones they already have, which will grow forever because coconuts don't really die. And you could register your yard as a coconut producing yard and then I'm not even going to call the name of the ministry, but you could guess which ministry, could actually create a department that has people that are certified pickers, certified processors, right? And so if you own the yard, you could be a registered yard that produces coconut, or you could be a registered yard that produces coconut with a certified picker, which means you pick the coconut yourself and you box them, and then you go on the app and you tell the government, I got 100 coconut. The trade-off is we write off $50 to $100 a month per coconut tree from whatever taxes you're supposed to pay, or we give it back to you as a rebate, because you know they like to talk about this sovereign wealth fund thing, and it's very difficult to do, and I don't agree that we need to go to Aragonite for it, right, Spiritual? Stay with me on this idea now, Spiritual. So, Spiritual Advisor has a coconut tree in his yard. You probably got coconuts falling on the ground.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You don't eat them coconut, because you don't have no cutlass. That's why I don't eat the coconuts in my
I get
yard.
cutlass now. I have plenty of cutlass. You forget to feel them in, eh?
Right. Well, I don't eat the coconut in my yard because I don't have no cutlass. So getting coconut is a job for me, right? And I'm not really interested in having a job because I feel like it is the will of God for me to do good and prosper. So I want money to just find me, right? That's not a here.
So that coconut then would extend to what? Coconut water that's being imported?
You don't care. It would be the government's coconut. You nationalize the product, right? Spiritual Advisor could say, I want to be a registered coconut provider. I have the coconut tree in my yard. I don't need to lawn it. I don't need to weed it.
We have some people like that now, you know. We have people who have coconut farms. I know there's a large coconut farm in Eleuthera.
But I'm trying to show you how you, as a regular Bahamian, should be able to collect money off of your coconut tree. Because it's just in your yard. And you say, dear government ministry that is collect coconuts, I have a tree that produces 6 times a year. And they say, okay, they put you in the portal. You go in the portal. And all you do is intermittently, every 3 to 6 weeks, you give the government an update on where your coconuts are. Send a little picture. When the coconuts are ready, they send certified coconut pickers, right? The certified coconut pickers come, take the coconuts on the tree, put them in a box, ship them off to whatever.
But now the quality of the coconut now, I mean...
What do you mean? Pookie them make a whole roadside industry spiritual advisor
this is true.
with nothing at all.
This is true.
They even have no BJC.
This is true.
How these fellas with no BJC create an industry?
Yeah, brilliant,
and you can tell me something about...
Brilliant. Coconut water.
The problem is we don't think enough. And that's what we have to start doing, spiritual advisor. Anyway, I hear the jingle. So that means we got to take a break.
Yeah.
But we got to take things like coconut off the list because that don't make no sense. Don't go nowhere. Me and spiritual advisor will be right back after the break. Hello, welcome back to Freedom March. Leland Miller sitting in here with the spiritual advisor here at ILTV Studios. I want to go back to that coconut thing that we were talking about off air, because I feel like this is something magical. But let's read some ads.
Are your dogs hungry and tired of low-quality food? Give them the best at Modernistic. We carry all the top brands: Taste of the Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anukshu. All at the lowest prices in town. On a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49. And for limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. And if you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality, your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry, offer won't last. Thank you, producer. Back to you.
Thank you very much, spiritual advisor. So 2 more seconds at this.
And while you address that, remember now, this coconut industry has become a vexing problem to people who have coconut trees in their yards.
Correct.
Because apparently the owners, either in the night or the daytime,
correct,
would come in to climb trees,
correct,
to steal the coconuts.
And the reason the government doesn't feel the need to protect my yard from Pookie when he come in my yard is because the government has no benefit from the coconut. Conversely, if you nationalize the coconut, right? So I have a coconut tree in my yard. Between October of last year and January of this year, I got 7 gallons.
Really?
Yeah. Between January and about a week and a half ago, I think I got another 6 gallons of coconut water. Let's use Pookie them price. Pookie them is sell the bottles for $30 a gallon, right? So if I get 14 gallons, y'all help me, I suck at maths. I failed the BGCSE 3 times. So if I get 14 gallons,
let's see, 14 times
at $30, how much is that?
$420.
$420, right? And if I get 420 4 times a year, how much is that?
You're looking at $1,680.
$1,680 on a good year. And if the government gives me $50 a month for my coconut tree, I know the maths on that because that's the increment. That's $600 a year. So if we subtract $600 from $1,680, the government makes $1,080 off every tree, correct?
Yep.
And has a way to give me back $600 a year in a real sovereign wealth fund that actually makes some sense, right? And not that silliness we like to talk about aragonite, right? You agree?
Okay.
Okay. And watch what else we cure. No one jumping in my yard. Pookie ain't got to get bite from the dog. When my gal tell me she want coconut, I ain't got to worry about if Pookie been in the bush peeing against the tree, you say? Without washing his hand. Pookie pouring my coconut water into the gallon bottle with one funnel, and me nor him know where this funnel come from. In this plastic bottle that he buy from another place, I don't know. There's no regulation here.
Yeah.
How are we permitting this thing? When all we have to do is say, listen, nobody touched the coconut. Let's give people their free will. If you don't want to be registered, that's your problem. But every March or every January, we invite new registrants. If you got a coconut tree in your yard and it's barren, come registered as a coconut barren yard, collect $50 a month.
Okay.
Yeah?
I think it's a good idea.
We'll see. So, FAT is going down to 5%. And let me read this thing because I want to tell you what they say.
Are there any meats on that reduction price?
On the reduction list?
Yeah.
There are some meats on there. Let's see if we can get back to the meat list. It says
shrimp on there.
Shrimp ain't for poor people.
What about crawfish?
That ain't for poor people.
What about salmon?
You ain't poor.
What's on the list?
I can tell you. Pig feet. That for poor people.
It's a killer, man.
Danish ribs. Chicken drumsticks. See, good poor people food. Beef liver. Now sheep tongue sauce. I don't know. Chicken thigh. Boneless chicken breast.
Okay.
Chicken leg quarter. Whole chicken. Chicken drumstick. Well, the chicken. Hold on now. Why chicken drumstick on the list twice?
What about salmon?
I said no. Hold on. All mutton carcass. All hams. Pork end. Pork chop wings. Bacon. Pork belly. All salt beef. Pork shoulder. Whole turkey.
Fresh picnic.
Turkey drumstick. Turkey wing. Yeah, there's no salmon on here.
Producer, go back down. No salmon?
No, I said no the first time. Salmon. If you could afford salmon, you should pay 10. You should pay 20%.
Let me tell you what's up. Because of my high blood pressure condition, the doctors tell me there's certain foods I should really eat if I want to control what is going on with me. So the government ain't helping me.
And I think you should go live by the doctor, because if he want you to eat salmon every day, he's not like he should help you buy the food.
And I mean, as a matter of fact, I had salmon today for lunch. I had salmon with some salad and just a spoonful of veggie rice, you know? So there's no salmon on there?
No salmon is on there. Salmon is for rich people, spiritual advisor. Rich people and bougie girls.
But I see grouper, mackerel. Okay, good. I can eat the mackerel. You got some sardines. What else you got? Turbot?
What?
Wow. Okay, thank you so much.
Where I can buy that? Where I can buy that with VAT on it?
You see turbot there? I don't see turbot. Where's the turbot?
Sardine.
Under
Canned tunas,
sardine.
all mackerel, all can. What is this? All cough drops. Cough drops are very important as well, I imagine.
All right, so you got octopus. Okay, you got lobster, stone crabs, imitation crab meat. Okay, well, okay, hot dog. Okay, that's interesting. All frozen vegetables, all frozen drinks, all concentrated drinks. That's the stuff with the kiddie ice cream. It's delicious.
Really wide dying is what is kill you, right? You know, like if you. Yeah.
But okay, so we're thanking the government for this April 1st 5% VAT reduction. But here's the spin, though. It's going to affect the government's revenue.
No, man. We fixed that. We fixed that from the opening of the gate.
How?
Because
so
we created a broad-based tax. Remember the last set of fellas, the tall guy, he had the tax with all the exemptions in it, right? And when you
the government's going to lose some money. The government is going to lose some money by reducing the VAT by 5% on all these items that you see. So now, if we can get somebody from the Ministry of Finance to explain to us what's the shortfall and how the government's going to make that up, then this could probably make sense.
But if you remember, the initial projection for VAT was $500 million. VAT been doing more than $500 million from day one. So they was operating at a surplus for quite some time. So if they take a shortfall now, it would matter none.
So they could bite the bullet on this one then?
This even ain't no bullet. VAT has been overperforming
it ain't
from
no bullet.
Day one.
Is this an election ploy?
I don't think it is an election ploy. I think it is in line with the government's efforts to, let me confess this, As I for Tanya F&M as I am, right?
Really?
See, I almost guessed. As I for Tanya F&M as I am, right?
Hey.
I really like this Brave Davis PLP. I don't even know why. My issue with them is not that they do not maneuver. I think they just take the lazy way every time.
Really? You think so?
And I believe that there are so many more moving parts that they could add to some of these things, right? Like they're talking about diversification and diversifying the trade, right, spiritual advisor?
Right.
Now, but for about 3 weeks ago, the best education I had was a 12th grade education from Prince William. So I'm not intelligent. But if you really wanted to diversify the trade, spiritual advisor, explain to me why the Lady Matilda could sail from Nassau the hell the way, my granddaddy would say, to Auckland. The Lady Rosalind could sail from Nassau the hell the way to Inagua. Right? 386 miles from the capital. Then why can't the Lady Rosalind and the Lady Matilda sail straight out of Florida to Auckland? Why can't the Lady Matilda sail straight from Florida to Inagua? How come only the white people boat could go to America? Wow. But you all say you want to diversify the trade. If you all really want to cut out the middleman, right? Here's how we do it. You say, how do we diversify the trade? And then you say, well, the Lady Rosalind going 386 miles every week.
Right.
Just let them go an additional 50 miles to America to go pick up the stuff.
Right. And then go.
And then bring it back an additional 50 miles and bring the stuff all the way to an actual custom port in Inagua. And then now you need to go hire more customs officers, spiritual advisors. See, that would be an election ploy, because hiring is the election ploy. All the other stuff is people in the government who think they smart trying to do smart things that only translate at their smart level, and that's why it never affects poor people. The problem in government is the people there are very smart. And those very smart things that they come up with are only for smart people. So people that are down here never feel the benefit from it. But that would go a whole lot more than 5% off VAT. It might take a whole lot more time to set up spiritual advisor. But you would diversify the economy.
I'm thinking that the government, its revenue would fall at least by
Simon Wilson ain't spending no money.
By 30 million at least.
It wouldn't matter. Because remember now.
By 30 million.
Remember now.
With this 5% reduction on non-prepared, what do they call it? Non-prepared food?
Non-prepared food.
So you don't see this in restaurants?
No.
Just 5%?
No.
Okay.
If you could afford to go deep, you rich, you pay 10.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But again, a penny saved is a penny earned, yes? If you don't spend $1, you technically made $1.
Well.
And Simon Wilson ain't spending no money. So they break it even. There's no way for this to be bad. They're gonna take
We'll see. You know, there's always, listen, for every action, there's reaction, and for every cause, there's an effect.
Sure.
There has to be something.
And the cause and effect
this.
is that poor people are gonna say, oh, thank God for the PLP.
Yeah, I know.
That's
why I'm wondering if this is an election ploy.
No, I just told you what was
Why
an
now?
election ploy. The election ploy.
Why now? I mean, I know we're more than a year out. We're more than a year out from the next general election, but...
Not by that much. We only 1 year and 1 month out.
Okay, so this makes sense then?
No. I actually feel like this is Philip Davis.
Get some people on board.
Now, you know what is an election ploy? Them making this 73-year-old man walk in the middle of the road in Vauxhall in a coat suit, and they know this man just had surgery on his back, right? And I don't know when the Prime Minister exactly said he handled his out, you know, because don't book, I can't walk nowhere, I ain't going nowhere to stand up, I certainly ain't walking in the sun, and if I go, it ain't gonna be in no coat suit. And I 73, boy, so y'all try hard, get me back to my office. That's what I would tell them. But that is an election ploy. But to reduce VAT, that's not an election ploy. Okay.
So
was it an election ploy when they did it a year ago?
Was this a part of their campaign, though?
Yes.
Okay, so you're only fulfilling the mandate.
Matter of fact, they overfilling.
Why did they wait 4 years until 4 years after?
Because they gave it to you in year 1, remember that?
They did? By what, 2%?
Man, you say if they take it down. The answer is yes. Next question. So they delivered on the promise, and then they said, well, boy, if Simon Wilson keep not spending a dime around here, then we might as well give the people 5% more. And it works
and they welcome it, yeah. I've seen today, I've heard customers, you know.
And what did Jesus say about the poor?
Be glad. The poor you'll always have with you.
Forever and ever.
Make no mistake about that.
And the PLP understand that. And so the PLP say, well, since we got the poor with us forever, let's give them 5% off their tuna. Now, I'll tell you what must happen spiritual, and this one for Randy Rule. Randy Rule and his band of merry men have to now get on their horses and ride around in these stores and make sure that there's compliance.
Okay.
And while we at it, I hope that they somehow, through policy or law, make it mandatory for these stores to post their prices publicly. You know, one of the reasons I hate going places or doing things around this place, you could go to the same business 5 times in a month and pay a different price on the same product, sometimes each time.
So where's price control and all this?
I don't know, but I really wish we could get to the place where prices have to be promulgated. I mean, barber shops, beauty shops, everywhere. Why do I have to keep guessing what the price in here is?
I guess it all depends.
I go to the nail store. The guy just charged me $35 yesterday. I come right back here tomorrow, all of a sudden it's $45. How? Where is the promulgated price list? Why are we not doing that?
Inflation?
I think it's extortion. That's what I think. And so I think again, I think this Progressive Liberal Party is doing wonderful work. I think they just like to take the laziest pathway possible. That's where me and them have problems. You disagree?
So now, if you don't want to do too much campaigning, this is a good time to reduce VAT.
Or walk your 73-year-old Prime Minister up and down in the heat.
Because it automatically now is going to put a lot of people, you know, in the good way, you know. But listen, being a former Defense Force
sure.
Marine, I got some information from a Defense Force officer that says to you...
On me?
No, that says that the Lady Matilda and Rosalind are not fully certified to sail to the United States.
What certify them?
These ships are not up to standard and regulations to pass an inspection.
Who said that?
Somebody from the Defense Force.
Well, let's find out what it costs or take for them to be... Chances are the certification is the people who own it ain't white. That's probably the certification qualification.
This is not a racist thing, eh?
You know what Maslow say? I mean, not Maslow. What did the other boy say? Karl Marx say? Karl Marx say classism only exists so that humans could find a way to justify giving certain groups of people more and giving certain groups of people less.
Deep,
and that is not a real thing.
That's deep, yeah.
Or it's certified my right foot. You ever sail down the Crooked Island Passage?
No.
You ever sail anywhere down the Windward Passage?
No.
Boy, the ocean between here and America could never be worse than that.
And they making it.
Every single week. America got some different ocean, eh? Every single week, the Matilda takes a 300-mile voyage to carry a box of peas to 2 old people in Inagua.
Wow.
The same box of peas that have to leave America on those people boat and land at those people dock. See, tell me when it don't sound like a special privilege, right? And then we have to wait on those people to store it, and they make us stand in the line because they ain't got no shelter, no roof, no none of that. And then we pay the government the tax to then pay a truck to carry the thing to Portisky, to then put it on the Lady Matilda for her to carry it for 300 miles. When the Lady Matilda could have bring my thing straight out of Miami-Dade, why not? What's the certification they waiting on?
Well, that's an excellent question. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's extortion. And you don't like the word extortion, spiritual?
No, I don't like it that
Oh
way.
boy. You know, now that I'm thinking about this, and because I said the word peas again, you know, I have an anecdotal thesis.
Peas on the list?
Say, yeah, peas on the list.
Okay.
I think they say all peas too.
Okay.
I have an anecdotal thesis that I want you to walk with me through. I believe, and suicide is very serious, so this isn't a joke. I'm not sure if I'm making a statement in jest yet, but if y'all offended, then I don't know. I'm going to say in jest, right? Do you realize that when woman was picking peas, they was calmer? Do you remember, do you know any old women?
Yeah.
You remember when mama used to pick peas on Saturday?
They have the
And
thing
they
up
put
like
on
this,
their gown,
and they pick
and 2 of them go together, and one got the pan, and the one who know peas, pick peas. And you remember they used to plan to pick peas from like Wednesday? And they used to brag about how Saturday they going in the yard to pick peas. And then you remember they used to come and lay the peas out on the table, and then pick out the ones that had the spider web on it, and throw them in the garbage right away.
Or the worm.
Right? And then you let the peas sit there so the skin could dry a little bit. You all young girls, you all know what I'm talking about. And then when the skin dry a little bit, then you put it in the little silver bowl, and mama shake the peas and shake the peas, and then she starts shucking the peas 1-1 and singing "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." You remember how calm mama used to be?
Okay.
And mama was raised in 18 children.
Boy, that's deep.
In a 2-bedroom house.
So she found salt
with no
somewhere.
hot water.
Yeah, that's deep. Yeah.
And mama was calm. So I want to say.
No suicidal thoughts?
I want to say maybe we should go back to picking. Let woman pick peas. When woman was picking peas, they appeared to be calmer, in my view.
Yeah, this is
and learn the words to "What a Friend We Have in Jesus."
All our sins and griefs to bear.
Yeah, that worked well. There was
an outlet.
Yeah, and
there was an outlet.
If you feel like you mad, you shell 3,000 peas and tell me how bad you is after.
Yeah, we used to do it when we were young, you know, and it is what it is. It helps.
And they separate the black-eyed peas go in one heap, the pigeon peas go in another heap. You get the 1 pound or the 2 pound bag.
And the grain peas as well.
Yeah, and all the woman was calm then. All. No one was committing suicide then either. So I say, anecdotally.
But something is desperately wrong.
Let's try that first. Let's try growing peas back and letting people shell peas on the weekend and see if that brings about a level of calmness.
Yeah, it probably gives them enough time to think about some things.
Yeah, y'all angry and idle. That's why y'all could go commit suicide.
That's deep.
Go pick some peas, because picking peas is take all day. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it very clearly.
Yeah, and so because you spent all day picking peas, you couldn't kill yourself then. You was busy picking peas. And then sifting peas is take all night, yes? Well, you can't kill
The
yourself.
shelling, man. Oh,
you
boy.
gotta spiritually, you gotta sift the peas
something
first.
else.
You gotta sift the peas first. That take half the night, so you can't kill yourself then.
And they used to make everybody used to get involved.
This is a group of
yeah, everybody. You listen, boy, you got your little pond in front of you. Listen, you got a shell. Then they grab a handful and put it in front of you.
In your bowl, and that's your heat.
Listen, this you. You got it. Well, that's deep.
Yeah.
So there's no time to think
I was
about.
I was too busy shelling peas.
And that's one of the points I always made when we first started to discuss this a couple of weeks ago, is that it does seem as if there's no outlet.
They're angry and idle.
Yeah, folks can't seem to find the time to reflect on things that are good and better in life. And so they reflect on the depression, and there's no outlet. And then that's where Satan comes in with the evil thoughts.
But if they had
trying
peas,
to end it all.
but if they had a bucket, if they had a 5-pound bucket of peas,
they had a long time to think about things.
Man,
And by the time they finish shelling
and then you
about
finish
150 of them, that thing out your mind, man, it's gone.
this is my point.
Something
So
to think about.
anecdotally, I say, let's just go back to
As simple as it is, there's something to think about.
Go back to growing peas. When women shell peas, they were calmer. That's my anecdotal evidence. And I want to visit that upon everybody that's listening to us here this afternoon. There's something else I want to talk about spiritual advisors. I don't know if we're going to take this into the break. We'll probably take it into the break and come back.
See what time it is.
There is
We got 8 minutes.
there was an announcement today by a sitting member of the cabinet. Or I don't know if he actually made the announcement, but I know it's circling around in social media. So I want to say allegedly. And I couldn't think about an announcement that didn't matter more. And then it hit me, right? Could you put up the picture of Mr. McIntosh for me?
Who's that, Basil McIntosh?
But you remember his voice name? I was sitting here struggling. You think I was just picking my lip? I was struggling to remember what his voice name is.
He's not going to run anymore?
Basil McIntosh, the Tribune News, that is on the internet, that is. So I don't know if it is the official Tribune News network, right? Are reporting that Basil McIntosh is going to take the knee. He's not going to seek re-election. And that he's paving the way for what could be a hotly contested Progressive Liberal Party nomination race in that constituency.
Michael.
Basil McIntosh could get on the TV and say, Abka Jafka Sef Manofla says, and it would have more meaning.
What kind of MP was he?
Nobody knows. And I am prepared to argue, nobody cares. Michael, I mean...
So Basil got to go?
I think Basil gone.
Oh, wow.
I think he's just waiting on time.
All right.
You know, if they just swap him out, as a matter of fact.
See, so all this now, this is interesting now. That this has happened, so we got about a year now.
Election in May, I already tell you that.
Right, so who now is going to, or who's interested in running in that area?
D. Shane Gibson.
Shane Gibson?
They should have played a drum roll when I say brrr. D. Shane Gibson. It's like
Really?
Mufasa. When you say the name Shane Gibson in the PLP, it's like saying the name Mufasa. You know?
No, you know, Shane Gibson is a worker.
See,
I mean, you know, he
300 people in their cars just not
you
touch
know,
when I say it.
you know, the reality is he has a very good reputation as far as being a member of parliament is concerned. He was a worker.
Yeah.
All those people who he had the very, very fortunate thing to serve, they spoke well of him as a member of parliament.
And the only time they ever voted against Shane was when they was mad with everybody else. They was never mad with Shane.
But you know, though, sometimes they say it's always best to
Go out on top.
just allow sleeping dogs to lie.
We ain't listening to you, spiritual advisor.
You know,
Shane Gibson is on the way back. Basil, we thank you for your service to country. Your country thanks you. Please pick up your envelope at the door. And God bless you. God keep you back in the hands.
Are you sure Shane Gibson is going to run again?
Well, who else they can run?
Well, this is going to go against the idea and the philosophy of the chairman of the party.
This was the... Don't ask me, but the chairman of the party.
The chairman of the party
This was then, that ain't
is
now.
saying that, listen, man, you know, we had some issues with certain names in the past, and it's best to let them stay where they are.
We ain't listening to him either.
We can't allow people to run who the public may feel or have some issues with,
We can't let people
or
like
may
that
cause
run.
the party. Well,
Run? Okay.
Shane wants to come back.
Shane have some whatever going on with him, right? Well, one of Shane problems dead, and the next one he was acquitted of. So what we talking about? So you all tell a story on me, and the court proved that this girl, well, They say this girl, she wasn't wearing no belt. She can't tell the truth if she tried, right? So Shane Gibson make this girl out to be an unfit witness inside the court, right? Fine. You all go hold that against him? And Anna Nicole dead. Can't hold that against him. That don't even count no more. She dead.
Well, let's see how this goes.
Would you prefer they run Basil again?
Yeah,
We can call him Basil Runks. Is it
go.
okay if I call him? I can't call him Basil Runks because he's a cabinet minister. But if he wasn't a cabinet minister, I should call him Basil Runks. Run him again and see what happens.
Boy, I don't know what's going to happen.
The only other person whose announcement could, possibly have meant less was this guy. Producer, before you go to break, put up his picture for me, please. I would give you, I wish you were a bear betting man. Dan Basil, man.
He's bouncing out. He's bouncing out.
Basil. Put up the other guy. I don't want to call his name.
That guy there?
No, that guy can run again. When I come back from the break, Spiritual Advisor, if you could tell me the name of this place that I wish you were a bear betting man, I bet you 6 bears you can't call this boy name. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Leland Miller here, ILTV Studios. The spiritual advisor is here trying to keep me safe on the breaks. I wish he were a bear betting man. If he was, I would bet him 6 bears. But he's so safe, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, 6 bears would get me drunk, and that would be a sin. And the scripture says, "Do not get drunk."
4 bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4. I can put a 4 bear bet on it.
Don't get drunk.
I can put a 4 bear bet on it. So, Mr. Producer, please put up the picture of this other man. You could call this man name. He looked like the main character in Child's Play Part 3 in this picture, most definitely. But call his name. You can't.
This ain't Adrian White? No?
No.
He looks like him. Well, you know, all white people look like that. They didn't say the same thing with us. Producer, that's not Adrian White? Who's that?
Huh?
Who's that?
Do you know him?
No.
Put up the one with his name.
No, who is
See
that?
him there?
Oh, James Albury.
Yeah.
Oh.
And just as nobody remember this boy here, in about 2 years from now, I would say 19 months from now, Bazzy Runks, ain't no one can remember you was sitting in that seat. You could have just tiptoed and put your Baptist finger up and don't tell us. We wouldn't have known. We would have been no wiser. There would have been a time that there was a certain man. That's spiritual advisor. That's something that I do want to talk to you about. Why at the wedding of Canaan does the Bible not call the name of the Satan rich man? But I want you to answer that for me in 10 seconds. Let me finish with Basil. Basil, next time just leave. Don't tell us. Just, and don't just.
Was it that bad though?
He was that. He was I can't say if he was bad. I can't say if he was just Basil.
Well, maybe when we take calls at 5:30, there may be something.
As a matter of fact, I think his representation is going to go down as one that people use as an adjective.
Which one is that?
Like, I think when people say things about people that are undesirable or immemorable or just gray, people are going to say, use Basil McIntosh.
Well, let's see.
Like, I think that's how, yeah. So now, educate me, spiritual advisor, the spiritual one.
Sorry, we got some birthdays? Or
Birthday shout-outs here?
Oh, you sent it? Let's do this.
Okay, let's do the birthday shout-outs.
Yeah, let's do this birthday.
But you have to tell me, why did the Bible...
Satan rich man could be God.
Oh boy, see, this is where me and the spiritual advisor just have these...
Doesn't give a name. Let me see. Don't okay. In a row, don't take it personal. Let's do this birthday. Lord, what is this, I tell you? What I gotta put up with? I gotta remember these phrases, Rob. All right, so Charles Sanders, what today is the April the 1st? Here's some birthday shout-outs. Charles Sanders is celebrating a birthday. We want to pass this birthday shout-out to my father. This person is sending greetings to Charles Sanders Jr. II. It's coming from his wife, his 5 sons, his daughter, nieces, and nephews, and relatives and friends. Okay, so happy birthday to Charles Sanders. Okay, so Nana Joanne, we want to wish her a birthday. It's coming from Leah and family. They love you and they want you to enjoy your day. Nana Joanne.
Okay.
Patricia Dean, happy belated birthday to our dear sister Patricia Dean Carter, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. It's coming from her sisters Lillian, Annie, Gertie, also from all family members and friends, especially from the pastors and members of the Camp Road Baptist Church. Monique Morris celebrating the birthday. Happy birthday. Well belated. Your birthday was yesterday. Coming from your family and friends, the Eyewitness News Chat family. They love you. Blessings upon you, Monique Morris. We have an anniversary. David and Arlie Clinton. 43 years. Wedding anniversary goes out to David and Arlie Clinton. It's coming from their 3 children, David Jr., Nikki, and Andrea Clinton. To God be the glory, great things he has done. God bless you all the time. Enjoy your life together. Happy anniversary, David and Arlie Clinton. I think we are at the end of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect.
Indeed.
No more.
No, that's it, yeah.
Okay, good. 43 years. You should give them a round of applause.
Absolutely, man. 43 years and still going strong.
Yeah, well,
Marriage made in heaven, man.
Can't say they're going strong. They don't put too much things in it. 43 years. You could, that in itself is the accomplishment, spiritual advisor. And so we want to get them around. 43 years is a long time.
They don't make marriages like that anymore.
It's because marriage is now an anachronistic social tool that serves one-sided interests.
One philosopher has coined this phrase about marriages, and he said, marriage is like a city under siege.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Marriage is like a city under siege.
Mm.
And here's the philosophy. When you siege in a city, there's some people on the outside who are trying to get in, and there's some people on the inside
that's trying to get in. Well, I like to say that marriage is...
what is it? But no, it's not.
Marriage
it ain't that bad.
Marriage is a wonderful... Marriage is a beautiful institution.
Oh, yeah.
But so is Sandalance.
It's a perfect institution.
But so, marriage is a wonderful institution, but so is Sandalance. And I don't want to live in Sandalance, because who wants to live in an institution, right?
No, that's a bad comparison. It's not like it's not that. I was just making a joke. God has created marriage for the ultimate relationship between a man.
He created for Adam and Eve.
For mankind.
And then so God created marriage, right?
As a matter of fact,
give it to Adam. And then make Jesus the second Adam. And that boy didn't want no wife nowhere close to him. That's because God gets
his mission. It was Jesus Christ was the savior of mankind.
And all the pastors them telling me that if I want to fulfill my full purpose in life, I need to marry one woman, and that's how she two half will come together and make one whole, or whatever nonsense they say in these churches.
But Jesus had one mission, to seek and to save. That was his mission. He didn't come here to fun and frolic and get involved with...
the warmth of a woman.
Mind you, if you look at the life of Christ, and I always say this to men, look at the life of Christ and how he lived, and how he was able to attract so much women to him. And the things they did that were extraordinary.
Like wash his foot with their hair.
Yeah, and open up a whole year's wages of perfume to pour on him.
Alabaster on him.
Yeah. So it says something about his lifestyle and how he's able to attract women. And maybe men need to understand that so they can probably keep their women a bit more longer.
Wow.
Because women flock.
So you're saying that my ability to attract women makes me like Jesus?
Just study the life of Christ. Study his demeanor, the way he did things, his empathy and his sympathy, his kind words, his warmth, his forgiveness.
None of these women never washed my foot with no alabaster yet.
Yeah, I've never experienced it either.
And I very kind and warm and forgiving, and what the other adjectives were? And then wash my foot one time, spiritual advisor. So you have the
Jesus found a way to attract women to him because of his attitude.
So when you all see me attracting women,
you're being like Jesus.
I was made in the image and likeness of the Christ.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, spiritual advisor. So they spent 180. How much million was?
$183 million.
Yeah.
Road improvement contract in Grand Bahama.
Yes.
I know it's been raising some questions, and
like.
Number one, why did the government engage a contract of that magnitude without public knowing?
I want to tell you something. This is true. Like this ain't a script. I actually, under PLP administrations, prefer to see a single bidder. Let me tell you why. I just get wary when I see 13 people bid. Let me tell you why. Because chances are 11 of these are born-bred cadet PLPs who only own a rake. And they have no capability, no capacity, and no knowledge how to get this thing done. And their only qualification is that they are PLP. And now, right, spiritual advisor who has the ride-on lawnmower and the mulch picker,
blowers, trimmers, hedges, all this kind of stuff.
Spiritual advisor then bid 6 times, right? Now this ain't supposed to happen.
It happened.
But the little gal in the office could say,
Beaches and parks didn't give me one single
the little gal
contract.
could say, hey, Bornberg at PLP, spiritual put in the bid for $6,000. So you bid $5,998, which I think is very stupid. I don't know why we do this practice of the government going with the lowest price. or you have to justify why they ain't going with the lowest
And
price.
lowest price
You don't
is-
even buy toilet paper that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we're using that as a marker. I wish Michael Alkidas did come so I could tell him they should change that forthwith. Because the cheapest price can't ever always be the right guy, right?
That's true.
I'm not saying that it
Yeah,
can't
that's
be
deep.
the
That's-
wrong,
that's
that it could
something
be
to
the
think
wrong
about.
guy. I don't buy the cheapest toilet paper. Why am I getting the cheapest contractor? So when she whispered that in your ears, all you do, because you got a birth certificate, a health certificate, and a PLP registration certificate. They're the only three things you qualified for. You go right there, bid $5,998. Now, 7 months later, we ain't get the job finished because you didn't. When they give you the mobilization, you did already owe me $4,000. So now you ain't got the money to buy the material. A job that should have taken 4 months, now taking 7 months, and the person that managing this project with you as the contractor almost got to threaten to kill your children to get this job finished. Because you shouldn't have had the job from the beginning.
But yeah, but let's get back to the meat and out of this contract.
$185 million.
183.
A single bidder I have zero problems with.
Only one person showed up.
Perfect. What do you name?
One person. Well, and I understand that the contract was in the portal. Now, this portal, who all have access to seeing this portal?
Everybody who registered in the online portal. You in there?
No.
I in there.
But why the government didn't make it public?
The portal is public.
I understand that. But for the average person to understand that $183 million has been awarded to a particular contractor for
What are you
road
asking the
improvement-
government to do? Call people on their phone?
Yeah. Well,
It in the portal.
They
What are
always
you
find a way.
asking the
They
government?
always find a way to announce a lot of stuff, right?
Yes.
See, but something
By
is-
putting it in the
and I
portal.
understand the explanation. They have a very smart member of parliament who sent some information to me, right? And I understand that the public may not even know that included in this contract was seawalls.
Which would naturally
And we
make sense.
understand how expensive
Which is
seawalls
why the minute I saw
are,
West Grand
right?
Bahama, I instantly had no qualms about the price. Because let me tell you what else I suspect is
But
going to be in this
why do
project.
we have to find out like this? Why does the general public have to find out from the newspapers that $183 million has been awarded to a particular contractor? And what I don't understand, you mean to tell me now, all that money, and only one person show up to the bidding?
Yes. Next question.
Well, blow me down.
Because the people them don't want bid. They want the fella they vote for to call them and say, hey, I got this contract for you.
One person.
You know what else? You know what else?
And
We'll
so
find?
because of that one person showing up, they awarded them.
Now, watch this. And when they say one person show up, right, that could have more than one meaning spiritual. Because one person may have bid. That may be true. Let me tell you what else is quite regular. 6 people bid. 2 ain't got no TCC. The next one got an expired business license. This one ain't.
Well, you could always get a TCC. That ain't no problem. Just bring everything up to date and you get it.
And that don't happen every day. So now you ain't qualified. So we just X you off the bid and we proceed with the next contractor. So I'm saying when I think about $185 million, first of all, I think about where it is. It's Grand Bahama. There would be no sense in creating new roads, etc., that do not meet the standard of Grand Bahama. That in itself comes at an added cost because they don't build roads in Freeport the way we build them here. Secondly, if you consider the fact that West End is all coastal line, that would mean they're gonna put in seawalls. What I presume is they're not gonna put in them little snap seawalls like the one the girl fly over in the car the other day. They're gonna actually put in some piles, sheet piles. Well, from you say the word sheet pile on any project, you could add $1 million to the project.
Okay, so then that means the person who was awarded this contract has experience in building seawalls as well.
I suspect if you give a man $180 million, he has knowledge in general construction.
Could he subcontract out some of the work?
What would stop him? When they built Atlantis, didn't they subcontract most of the work there? Isn't that what turned people into millionaires down there?
That person is a winner. 183
But spiritual.
million.
We gave a certain contractor.
Wow.
We gave a certain contractor allegedly, I think it is $15,000 or $18,000 a month for the rent of a piece of equipment. This was when the tall fellow was the prime minister. For the rent of a piece of equipment that no one used for 4 years. What do you imagine he made? Off of a piece of equipment that we never used.
Well, true. What about our Procurement Act?
What about it?
I mean,
If the thing was in the portal, spiritual advisor, then they were doing it according to the Procurement Act. If the bid was in the portal, then they were doing it in accordance with the Procurement Act. So what are we arguing? It's $185 million.
It's amazing.
Now, I don't know who's going to get it. Let's see. I'm waiting to see who they name.
It's amazing.
But, so before we move on.
What else is going on?
Before we move on, I do want to.
When you think about it, what else
They're
is
going to
going
put, more than likely, I mean, think about West Grand Bahama. More than likely, there's going to be some dredging involved to put the new seawalls in, and if you're going to dredge it, then you might still put sheet piles in, and boom. And if you're going to put sheet piles in, then you might still put stygons in so you could tie your boats up, and that way the people in West Grand Bahama and 8 Mile Rock, them could actually bring their boats alongside to sell their wares, because they have to walk their boats to the shore now. You know that?
Yeah, I understand.
See, so you have to learn the topography of the area. $185 million sound like a whole lot if all we're talking about is some asphalt.
That's plenty of money, man.
If all we're talking about is asphalt. But if you say words like sheet pile, bulkheads, stygons, dredge, break walls, when you start adding those words to the project, each time you say one of those words, you add 1.5 million. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Mr. Producer, could you give me the last picture of the last guy? Here is one guy that I do think is going to be returned to Parliament. And this is a shameless plug. I like to shamelessly plug him because I think he's great. You can't even see his face and you know who he is.
Where's this person? This Barker's Road?
You can't even see his face and you know him.
Yeah, I know his stature and the way he walks.
Because that's exactly how he's look every time I see him walking through my neighborhood. I don't care. The only way they could beat Bacchus in South Beach, I'll tell you this, is if they send Tanya. Michael Bentard, nothing else could beat Bacchus. Not in South Beach.
But there is this political, what's the word I'm looking for?
Wave?
I'm trying to figure out a word for this where in the political landscape of the country, that's one of the constituencies they say you don't win back to back.
Oh, I could tell you that. Man, Christ could tell you. If you lose South Beach, boy, you could be opposition leader. And I want to tell you this, on their present trajectory, you know what Bacchus's one transgression has been in 4 years?
Bacchus is a worker though. But Bacchus has really been working. I must say that.
Where you live?
I'm in Southern Shores. And guess what? See, I'm so compromised. If I was in South Beach, if I was living in South Beach, I had to Bacchus because Bacchus is married to my first cousin.
Well, he ain't married to mine.
I have a choice as who I was going to vote for.
Well, he ain't married to mine, right?
I had to vote for Bacchus.
And I will tell you this. Bacchus Road, I'll say this public and on record. I predicted that Bacchus Road would get beat by at least 600 points against Jeffrey Lloyd because I thought that was the venerable Deacon Jeffrey Lloyd, right? Like, who would beat him? But let me tell you this now. I have repented from that transgression. They can't beat Bacchus in South Beach. You know Bacchus paving the road. I leave them paving the road when I come here. I don't even know where Bacchus keep getting all this asphalt from.
Which road they paving?
The whole of Blue Hill Road South. I don't even know where Bacchus getting all this asphalt from.
They are paved.
The whole of Blue Hill Road South, straight to the beach, come around.
From the junction from Blue Hill Road and Zion Boulevard, head south.
And then he just paved Cowpen Road. Bacchus just paved the Bougainvillea Boulevard. Not pave it, paint it, put reflector light on it, stop sign. I'm trying to figure out if he run his own ministry of works.
Though, Bacchus is sitting in the ministry of works, you know.
And that's his one transgression. The only transgression Bacchus Road has made in 3 years is Bacchus. Go to the Prime Minister and tell him, you too tall to be a parliamentary secretary. The man's 6'6". When you hear parliamentary secretary, you don't think about a 6'6" fella. We let the other tall boy be prime minister. Why Bacchus can't be like a minister? Minister of state at least. But, what is the parliamentary secretary?
But is it? Oh, that's what he is?
Yeah.
So who's the minister of state in the ministry of work?
Ain't no minister of state.
Oh.
It's the minister. That's Clay. You know Clay.
Clay Streeton.
And I can tell you something. That Lucha boy ain't playing around either. Shanty Towns stand no chance against Clay Speed.
Yeah, he's really grabbing the bull by the horn, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, if you live in a shanty town,
you gotta give it to him.
Hi. Clay will find you even if he have to fly a helicopter over that. So Clay is jamming down in the Ministry of Works. I feel like if Clay had announced that he wasn't gonna rerun, people would actually give a flying frisbee. If people like Bacchus Roll announce that they're not gonna run, people would actually care. Basil, I don't know. They must be short on news or something today. I'm not really sure why that even mattered. So that is one of the people I think will be returned. And I live South Beach. And I ain't them people who live South Beach Annex. I live South Beach proper. You know what that means?
Right, man. So, no, if you're South Beach proper.
I live South Beach Estates.
So you're what, Bougainville Avenue?
Off of Bougainville.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the heart of South Beach, basically.
I live in South Beach, man. Not the constituency. I live in the original suburbs of the Bahamas. And so, if you think you're going to beat Barker's spiritual advisor, you got a hard thing coming. The only thing that could beat him down there is Tanya, because don't forget now, I still for Tanya.
Tanya McCartney?
Go ahead, man. You better believe it. I don't care if Tanya and 38 Jones has run.
Tanya's my girl, man.
I for Tanya. I for Tanya. And so,
deep.
unless they come up with that trick, I can't think about nothing else that could beat Barker's down there. I really can't think about it. And that's how I feel.
But let's get back to this 183 million. Now, the
86
government...
now. You changing the number plenty. It's 83, 85, or 86?
No, 183 million.
Okay, 183
Yeah,
million.
so the government has to give some sort of a detail about this contract.
What you want to know?
The breakdown of this money, man.
What you want to know?
You know, what is being
Road
spent
works
on what?
need to be done. A contractor could do the work. This what he charge. We have the money. We paying the contractor. What else you want to know?
Contract to one person who showed up.
Would it matter if we gave the contract? Wouldn't it be worse if we gave this job to 6 people? That would actually be worse, wouldn't it?
Contract the one person who showed up to bid.
Spiritual advisor, answer the question.
That's strange, man.
If we gave this contract to 6 different contractors, wouldn't that be worse? You're in the landscaping business.
Anyhow.
Right? Would you prefer to have your own stretch of road to landscape? Or would you prefer the government in their effort to share the pie, give the stretch of road that they give you to 5 other contractors?
They normally do it.
And you see how those results have been?
No, it's been pretty good. I could think of a stretch road that a couple people
Which
do
one?
And it's working.
Where 6 people clean the same road?
No, not 6, maybe 2 or 3, but it's working though.
I don't like that idea. I don't like that. See, I like to have one person responsible. That way when I come in here and break up the place, only one fella I looking for. Now, he could go ahead and subcontract whom he desires, which I suspect is what will happen. I don't imagine one contractor in the Bahamas could do $180 million worth of work himself.
Anyhow, I hope we can get the name of this contractor who got this.
How would that make the $183 million?
No, it's just be interesting to see.
worse?
No, it'll just be interesting to see who this person is.
What if he's a white contractor? Would that be better?
No, it doesn't make a difference. $183 million.
It's making a difference.
One person showed up.
Man, spiritual. Now
one person showed up,
spiritual
and this one person was awarded the contract
spiritual advisor.
because he showed up.
Only the white people vote could go to America.
But we got to change that.
It's making a difference then.
Yeah, we got to change that. Oh wow.
How much did the concrete company make in 2000 and what was that, 6, 7? The one owned by another white Bahamian.
Was it concrete or tar?
It was cement.
Cement. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I'm thinking about the hot mix, no?
Okay. What did they sell?
I don't know. I thought it was tar.
It was cement, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, but I'm saying to you, listen to what I'm saying. The only thing I care about is that the contractor have a Bahamian passport. I don't care about the rest of that. No, don't give no more. How much we give to Jose Catalone? We couldn't pronounce the name Cataloni for 3 years. Don't give him no $100 million.
They made plenty of money.
Yeah.
They made plenty of money.
This is my point. And where that money gone?
Out the country.
Probably exactly where Bishop money gone. You follow my point?
Well,
So, Joe, I hope he name. I don't want him to have like a real authentic name. I want him to name like George Roll. That way we know he's a real Bahamian. Like I don't. These Bahamian with these, I want it to be like a real Bahamian contractor spiritual advisor. And once he meet that measurement, I comfortable with that. But you've been to West End, you said?
no, I've been to East End, Williamstown, Freeport. I've been to 8 Mile Rock.
Well, what stop you from going to West End?
Where's the fish fry?
8 Mile Rock.
Yeah, I think that's as far as I've been. I didn't go to West End.
I say spiritual advisor, you got to get used to Negroes making money. We have to get used to expanding opportunities to Negroes. If the white people both could go to America, I say let the Negroes both go to America. If the white people could get a contract for $100 million, I say let the Negroes get a contract for $100 million. All I say is make sure they're Bahamian. I can't see anything wrong with that.
Anyhow, we'll be back.
Yep, right after the break. Good afternoon, welcome back. Welcome to Freedom March. Leland Miller, joined here by the spiritual advisor here on ILTV Studios. Thank you for staying with us through the break. We've got
Tanya.
Tanya on the line.
Tanya's on the line.
Tanya, you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon, spiritual advisor, and good afternoon, Mr. Miller. How are you?
We're doing well,
Fantastic.
Tanya. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm so happy to be here again from ShopSmart to let you guys know that we are having a 20% off store-wide sale, and the customers have been coming in. And yes, Bahamas, 20% is also off of our forward blinds. That is our cordless wooden blinds, gents. We have them in 8 different colors, and all of your doubles and all of your singles.
Okay. What else you have, Tanya?
Yes, well, you know, ShopSmart is a department store, and we are also say we're here for you for whatever season of your life, as well as everyday living. So along with the blinds, we've also got curtains. We've got them in the sheer, in the blackout, in the pattern. If you're looking for kitchen curtains or curtains for your bedroom or living room, come on in during this sale and get yourself 20% off all of our curtains. We've also got, gents, our clothing departments, and we have 5 pieces of clothing for only $25. So not only is your home going to look good, but you are going to look good as well. Over here at ShopSmart, we like to say we have you bougie on a budget.
So, okay, go ahead. So where are you located, Tanya?
Okay, now, Mr. Miller, tell me how to tell the people the directions here.
Make sure.
Go ahead.
Okay, you reach to Wolf Road
Uh-huh.
by the light.
Uh-huh.
You're going to turn on to Mackey Street.
Uh-huh.
You're going to count 1, 2 corners on the left-hand side.
Uh-huh.
All right.
It's the big yellow building.
Uh-huh.
Not
See,
two-story. It ain't two-story. It's
ShopSmart-
just big.
No, it's just a big yellow building
Aha.
that has ShopSmart department store in the building.
All right.
And we're open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
They can't miss that. They can't miss that. You turn on the Market Street, you go straight, right? Because I don't know why Bahamas has put that in the direction. You turn Market Street and you go straight. You can see the big
Yeah.
yellow building. It could be on your left-hand side. It got ShopSmart on it.
Yeah.
If you see the
ShopSmart could be
third
on it.
corner, you're going too far. Turn back. And then look, and then you go straight again, and it could be on your right-hand side. So that's
Yeah.
where you go find Tanya. What about the bunnies? You'll have more bunnies?
Oh, yes, we still
Oh, wow. I'm trying to convince the spiritual advisor to buy me a
25%
bunny.
25% off all of our Easter items. So
Wow.
come on in if you need to get your Easter bunny.
Wow.
Yes, those are 25%. We have the Easter baskets. We have got the grass. We've got all of the toys. We have got your skipping rope. We've got your bubbles. We've got all of the items you need to make up a basket. Just come on in and get yourself 25% off everything Easter.
That's fantastic.
Does your store have a number, Tanya?
Oh, yes, Bahamas. If you can't come in the store, you can give us a call. Our number's here at the store, 698-1051 or 698-1052. Or they could send us a message on our WhatsApp line, because we like to say we cover the whole Bahamas, every island, every rock, and every key. Just send us a message. Our numbers here are 813-4397. Someone always standing by to assist you on our messaging line. Or you can just reach out to us on our social media platform. That is ShopSmart242. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok.
You're covering
Oh,
everything,
that's
Tanya.
fantastic.
All right. Thank you so much, Tanya. Great to hear from you, and all the best.
Thank you very much, gents. The pleasure is always mine.
Good to hear from
Absolutely.
you,
Good to
Tanya.
hear from you, Tanya.
You think Tanya them recruiting bunnies? Because I would.
You
Like,
never know.
I hope they recruit.
They
I
may
hope they
need some
recruiting
chocolate bunnies down there.
Yeah. And then that'll make the drive with it.
Interesting. Are your dogs hungry and tired of low-quality food? Give them the best and modernistic. We carry all the top brands. Tasted Wild, Diamond Naturals, Victor, Anuksha, all at the lowest prices in town. If you're on a budget, we've got 50-pound bags starting at just $49, and for limited time, buy any large bag of dog food and get a $10 coupon redeemable on select dog toys and treats. If you can't make it in, shop online at www.modernisticgarden.com and we'll deliver right to your door. Your pet deserves quality, your wallet deserves savings. Shop in store or shop online today. Hurry, awful won't last.
All right, so I think it's about time to open up the phone line.
Yeah, we have to call in segments, so
Okay.
the lines are open
right. Give them the
officially.
numbers.
323-7775 is the number to call. 698-0775, 698-0776. You can call us and feel free to talk about anything we may have touched today or anything that's on your mind. Don't forget when you call the show to please turn your radios down.
Yes.
So we don't get that feedback. The numbers are 323-7775, 698-0775, and 698-0776. We got a first call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Yes, how you doing, spiritual advisor?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Miller. How you doing?
I feel fantastic.
Okay, Bradley,
Yes, ma'am?
I want you to give Rodney Bunker a message to me. Ask Rodney Bunker who is Sam Cooke. And when you ask him who is Sam Cooke, then he will tell you who is Sam Cooke. And ask him that this evening, and I will call you back tomorrow when you ask him who is Sam Cooke.
You mean the
to get the
entertainer?
answer.
The entertainer Sam Cooke?
Yeah, his name, that's Rodney Munker. Rodney Munker's name is Sam Cooke because he's a born Haitian and he get his affidavit as Rodney Munker. And his real name is Sam Cooke. So ask him who is Sam Cooke and he will tell you.
Ma'am,
Okay?
ma'am,
And if we don't, I will call you back tomorrow.
Ma'am,
Please do.
ma'am.
And guess what, Mr. Miller?
Yeah.
Mr. Miller,
Yes, sir.
he was a highlight on the show. Rodney Munker need to come off the show because he don't make no sense on the show.
Oh,
now, use a young blood on this show. You and spiritual advisor, keep this show going because it's more educational, especially for the young people to watch and they can learn something from it.
Oh, boy.
But Mr. Sam Cooke, who is known as Rodney Munker, he has no educational, nothing whatsoever.
ma'am, okay, ma'am, before you go, I have to do this, you know, with the greatest respect to Rodney Munker. So you're not going to even call and just say a get well soon to him? You realize that he's not doing well, right?
Right.
I mean, where's your heart? Do you have a soul?
Oh boy, we got more calls on the line, producer.
Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live. Wow.
Yeah, good afternoon, bro.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good afternoon to John who's well dressed.
Thank you.
Mr. Miller.
Yeah,
Levon
Mr.
Miller.
Miller.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Miller, first of all, we wish Mr. Munker a speedy recovery.
Yes.
Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate that.
And may Jesus Christ guide and protect and heal him.
Absolutely. We appreciate
Now,
that.
pertaining to the situation you all talking about, it's $183 million for Freeport.
Right.
Or should I say Grand Bahama?
Grandmama, yeah.
West
West
End.
End.
So what does the port invest when it comes down to a contract? Should the government be 100% of that $183 million? Because the government the other day was rowing with the people from port to get some money they owe them. Shouldn't they come halfway with that money rather than the government investing all that money? Because that's the main people's money.
The port is
so
on
you
the-
have to understand this, caller. Grand Bahama and Freeport are very interesting creatures, right? So the Freeport is a city that exists on an island that doesn't consider the rest of the island a part of the city. Does that make sense? So really and truly, if you ever went to Grand Bahama, what you would discover is that there are some people that can't even take their vehicles into 8 Mile Rock because they're bonded vehicles.
Yeah.
And the bonded vehicles are only permitted to drive
In the
inside the Freeport perimeter.
Yeah.
And that is because they enjoy some special tax exemption due to their business registration. And that exemption isn't extended to the people of 8 Mile Rock, West End, East End, Hawks Nest, right? What is it? Hawksbill? Hawksbill, right? And so, no, the government shouldn't give them, the Freeport Port Authority in this instance shouldn't give them a dime.
No.
Not a tuppence.
No.
The government, the community though, and see, spiritual advisor, if there is some political collateral in it, here's where I think the collateral is. Obadiah Hercules Wilcombe passed, and the government only just recaptured that seat. You have a pale cabinet minister who is certainly not performing anywhere near Ginger Moxie, we've got to blow some air in his kite.
Okay.
And so we're going to spend $180 million. Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Anything else, caller?
Yeah, Mr. Rose.
Yes, sir.
One more point. I hope the Prime Minister Rose are listening and the leaders of this country listening. Pertaining to the situation in the world today, I give them one advice. All this money they're borrowing, they need to borrow at least $150 million and invest in stuff like coconut trees, guavas, canap, gilly tree, mango trees, and the different plants that don't need no attention as far as people taking care of them. All you do is keep the area clean so we can eat natural and we be a healthier nation. They need to invest in planting trees that you have to be babying all the time. And when those trees bear, we'll have good natural stuff to eat and we'll be a healthier nation. They need to stop borrowing money and wasting the people money.
All right, that's interesting, caller. We
Yeah.
said that point.
Yeah.
That's
See, but that
interesting.
goes right back to the point, Virgil. We should nationalize the coconut tree.
Thank you so much, caller. We appreciate your
Thank you very much,
contribution.
caller. I hope I cleared up that understanding about how the port area is set up. Because a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
They don't understand that. Once you get to that orange wall, the Port Authority couldn't care. You all could light that whole thing on fire, they wouldn't care.
Yep.
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean, but now remember Freeport Port Authority still provides the electricity down there with Freeport Power. But of course, that's because it's a revenue generating thing for them. They don't really care though. We have another call on the line, producer?
Welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Tracy?
You're live, caller. Go ahead. All right, so he's not listening. Well, go ahead, caller.
I'm there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Listen, that lady was just calling Mr. Monka. She's the wife of Sam Cook. Let me tell you, Mr. Miller
What is this?
and Mr. Special Advisor, you and Mr. Monka are doing an excellent job. And I appreciate you, Mr. Special Advisor. You have patience.
Yes.
And Mr. Miller, I'm so happy to see you because I miss you of Shanique Joe. And you remember I meet you at the Defense Force thing, and I said, you said you was doing something.
Yes.
You finished that yet so you could come back on Shanique Miller's show?
December 19th, I finished my final exam. And go check the record. My last grade was a 3.86. So I wasn't a dumb boy. I was in school being in school for true.
I know, and then all of us come from the same area. You remember the late Force Chief Petty of Joseph Forbes?
Yes.
Remember Miami Street where what the man name? Darrell Miller. All of us from the same grassroots.
Okay, I'll use that. Well, if he was an Anglican girl.
That we excel to the highest.
Yeah, and there's nothing they can do with Anglican children.
Don't let nobody detour you
Yes.
from Mr. Monka's show. And I want you, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Monka to be on the show together. Y'all make a three
A
couple.
good trio. All right. Well, they heard you.
We would also need a 4-hour show.
We'll need some more sponsors because we got to
need
get
a
paid.
4-hour show. Thank you very much, caller. And let me say this, spiritual advisor, just for the people out there committed to creating red herrings. I wish Mr. Monka well. I hope he recovers as quickly as possible. I enjoy seeing you every day, spiritual, but I would much rather Rodney Monka be sitting in Rodney Monka's chair for as long as Rodney Monka can sit in the chair.
Absolutely.
So I don't share any of those sentiments about Mr. Rodney Monka's not returning. I hope that he can do it in a shorter course as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, welcome to Freedom March, caller. You're live. Are you there, caller? All right, next caller. Welcome to Freedom March. You're live, caller.
Hey, good afternoon, Spiritual. How you doing?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Anton? What's going on?
Right, man. Everything good.
Great,
Good afternoon.
great.
How you doing?
Hey, Anton.
You have,
And good afternoon.
you have an excuse.
Look,
You have an excuse for the
I want to make a
100.
few comments on this $183 million.
Sure.
Well, we know you'll set the record straight.
Right. Well, from my perspective, I think it's well out of order that one company is receiving $183 million of taxpayer. I think it's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. And there's no excuse that can be given, in my view, that can set or that can spread it.
Wow.
I think that in a time when we are living in an economy that is trying to rebound, where many persons exist, I believe that a government that is in the business of wiping the tears, not just tear, meaning one tear, the tears from people's eyes. We cannot be seen to be doing this kind of mockery to the Bahamian people, to business people, especially in an environment such as 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama, where things have been tough for decades. We have, and look, there, in my view, no one can attack the company itself, because that's what companies do. They seek business.
Sure.
It is for the government. It is for a sensible, fair-minded government to tell that individual company, yes, we'll do business with you, but we're also going to bring along many other behemoth businesses with $183 million of taxpayer money.
That's a lot of
This
money.
ain't no private money that's being spent.
Anton, how many companies had the contract to do the Nassau Road development project?
Look, man.
I just asked a question.
Look. Huh?
I asked a question. How
One.
many companies had
One.
the okay. Was that a bigger or smaller contract?
It's much smaller.
The Nassau
It was
Road development
113 million initially,
How much was
and
it?
it was overrun by 40 million, which
Okay.
brought it up to 153.
Okay, so that's my point. The contract was about the same $160 million.
No,
yes?
no. Miller. Look. I had this conversation with someone earlier, right? And Prime Minister, I hope you're listening to my contribution here, especially right now what I'm about to say. We are the government that's supposed to be about wiping tears from eyes. We are the government that's supposed to be about setting the example. We are the government that's supposed to be about difference and change, progress for the Bahamian people. You cannot look at an administration that we branded as failed, that we branded as incompetent, that we branded as doing things for only a small status quo group. And we have a PM who continues to tout, we are going to break the back of status quo. We are going to do things differently in this country. We are going to empower Bahamians.
Right,
And we are giving nearly $200 million
To one person.
of contract.
To one company.
Anton, you see,
Yes,
Anton,
I agree.
Anton, you seem
Wait,
very
Anton,
impassioned.
on to something now.
Hold on, spiritual.
You're on to something, Anton.
Anton, you seem very impassioned, right?
I am.
Hear my argument though. If the contractor is a Bahamian,
Right.
would that make it the same thing as giving the contract to Jose Catalone?
Absolutely not. However,
Precise. Hold on, Anton. And
okay.
would you agree or disagree that this contract is not sizably larger, if larger at all, than the Jose Catalone contract?
It's much larger. It's almost twice the amount of the original
How
amount.
have you just said the Jose Catalone
It
contract
says
was
13,
No,
it
that
was
was a
overshot by 40 million,
overrun.
so it's only 53 million.
What's this? If we're going to compare apple with apple and orange with orange, Miller, by the end of this contract, by the end, when the last shovel has been dug in the ground, if we can determine there is no additional cost, such as overrun, to be added to the contract, we could have that discussion. But as it exists, the original contract was $113 million. Therefore, this current contract is valued at almost twice that amount, Mr. Miller.
I think your math is a bit sketchy. I think your math is a bit sketchy, but here are the last two questions I have, right? Who in Grand Bahama has the capacity or the capability to pull this contract?
41% more, Mr. Miller. Can I make my last point, please?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, quickly.
Okay, thank you very much, Spiritual and Mr. Miller.
Sure.
And I hope PM is listening, man, because it is these kinds of... See, Mr. Miller, you asked me if it's a Bahamian company, if it makes a difference.
Sure.
Look, man, how many other Bahamian companies, competent companies, exist in this country? It is a bad sin being committed by my government that I support. And I ain't just start supporting the Prime Minister. I've been there before. 90% or probably 95% of those people around him been there, claiming that they support him and love him.
This is true.
So I'm speaking from my heart.
This is
we
true.
have too many Bahamian companies that are going through it, that are competent, that can produce good quality work, to give almost $200 million to one contract. When we promised we were going to take companies from small companies to medium-sized companies. When you were medium-sized, we're going to promote you to a large-sized company. And we have yet to do that. It's a sin. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anton. Very passionate indeed. Thank you so much.
I mean, I don't think
I
his
agree with
argument
him.
is without merit. I don't think his argument is without merit. All I'm saying to you is, I mean, if it is a Bahamian company, that's the one win for me. I do not want to see that amount of money go into the hands of a Canadian. Where Jose Catalone even was from?
I can tell you this much. We have some calls. We get to those calls right. Oh, sorry. Welcome to Freedom March. Call you live. Let's get these calls quickly. Go ahead, call you live. Hello, caller. Are you there? We're so sorry you're waiting long. Okay, sorry about that. Welcome to Freedom March, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Miller, spiritual advisor.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi.
Listen, first, let me clear up one or two things. When you spoke about the bonded cars and vehicles for Freeport, also be reminded that under the East-West Grand Bahama Incentive Act, once you form a company, you have the same privilege as those who own their companies in Freeport, Lucayo. That's one. Two, when you look at the size of the contract, and might say as a resident of Grand Bahama for 55 years, is badly needed. But you look at two major companies, ABC Construction, and they from Denmark. They're Danish, but now permanent as a country. And War Construction, but War would have to come in with someone else. Okay? We have to very little. Well, matter of fact, no company sold to ABC who can do the type of work and the scope of work that is needed. You see, but the thing is, ABC been getting everything: the bridge contract, the part of the 8 Mile Rock contract, etc. So, if the fellas from Asphalt, I think the proper name is, I think that most of them are Bahamians, the partners are Bahamians.
Well,
that's a question?
Yeah. Yes, that's a question.
If ask the question again.
That the road building company that is doing the work, are any principal in that company Bahamian?
We don't know, but and that's the point I'm making.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Now,
my point is, if it's a
what's the name
Bahamian
of the
company?
company? Is it Bahama Striping?
Bahama Striping.
Okay.
If it's a Bahamian company.
Who owns Bahama Striping?
Natario Mitchell.
Beg your pardon?
Who owns Bahama Striping?
I can't remember the name offhand.
I just gave it to you, Natario Mitchell.
But they are the
Mitchell.
same chaps that was given
the roadway and exhumer.
Instead of just the developed striping by the former administration, the Hubert Ingram administration. That's how they got their start. But they're raw-born Bahamians just like me from Harbor Island, Eleuthera, and Exuma.
Yeah, and I think the company is powered by 95% Bahamian young black men, actually.
You're right, 100%, Mr. Miller. Yeah. And people for politics will try to mislead, and that's ridiculous.
But when you lift up the gown tail of Bahama Striping, who else is involved?
Lift up the gown tail of Bahama, when you lift up the gown tail of Bahama Striping, you're going to find Bahamians, raw Bahamians just like you, raw Bahamians with 10 generations like my grandma and my great-grandpa, everybody here from Bahamas.
No special interest Bahamians.
And they're just like me.
But no special interest? But is the special interest Bahamians?
No special interest Bahamians?
They all had a hand in and a hand. They couldn't do it alone. You know, like a Pintard labeling Frankie Wilson as an oligarchy. How stupid can you be? Frankie Wilson is a fellow from Roscoe who put himself up by his own bootstrap. And Bahamians got to learn to stop this nonsensical bull. Thank you.
Take care, caller.
Well, I want to say this. What you call them? Spiritual advisors?
Special interest Bahamians, man.
They are special interests. Where the camera is? This one yet? They are special interests. If you're looking for somebody else to put some special interests into, I want somebody to put some special interest in me so bad. I make you all so proud, I'll build you all a building and name it after you all, and then build one and name it after your granddaughter. I don't know what spiritual advisor problem is, but please.
Boy, you're in trouble in this country.
Come give me some special interest, all right? Because I had enough.
All right, let's take this last call. Welcome to Freedom March Call. You're live.
Hey, good afternoon. How you all doing?
Hey, what's up?
Everything cool?
Yeah, man. Yes. Long time no hear from, buddy.
Rachel holding on. You know, I'm still the same?
Man, you think I'm a politician, eh? I don't change number. I had the same number for 23 years, Papa.
And you still answering your phone?
Papa.
Hey.
You heard Anton's contribution, right?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to say something about Anton, but sure. I want to say something to Levan quick. Hey, why you said that spiritual advisor? Why you asked me if I hear his contribution?
Because if Anton takes issue with something like this, it is serious. Because Anton is generally a person who, you know, is really, really supportive of the PLP.
He may be a road developer.
He's really, really supportive.
I supported the PLP party just like him. I guess he just feel like we got to stop the party thing, and we can be PLPs, we can vote for you.
Antoine says
they wrong, they wrong.
But can you even say Bahamas striping?
What Papa was doing for years.
But Papa, can you even say Bahamas?
Like Papa. I hear him talking about the.
I'm still on TV.
Listening.
I'm still on TV. I'll call you back.
Can you even say that
Antoine,
Bahamas striping is?
Antoine, he listening to the people who around him, who wasn't around him all of them years when me and you was around him. Because they saying yes sir to everything.
But
people,
Papa,
you let them know when he naked and he ain't got on no clothes.
Papa, can we even say that Bahamas Striping is a PLP company though? Because boy, they was doing fantastic under the F&M.
I call it just now. That sounds like a big shot person who I well respect. I didn't even know they had time to call the talk show.
But
well, I ain't gonna touch that right now.
You're running out of time, Papa. What you got for me before we go?
Okay, what I get for you? Macintosh ain't running right.
No.
But. The one in North Africa running, when he raid case, take a run.
Well, if you ask me, I'll tell you what I think, but Cornish tomorrow. Anyway, spiritual advisor, that's not like our time.
that's our jingle.
All right, well, it's been a good show. Tomorrow we're talking with Papa and the courts, because I agree with Papa, but I want Papa to tell his friends to stop it. That's what's wrong with the court. You want to know what's wrong with the court? I'll tell you right here on Freedom March tomorrow.